tylko powie, co czyni prezydenta wielkim. Myślę, że jest pytaniem, które pasjonuje nie tylko prezydentów amerykańskich, ale wszystkich polityków i z dużym zainteresowaniem będziemy słuchali. Także jeszcze raz witam Państwa serdecznie i oddaję głos Panu Wyszli.
Dziękuję bardzo. Chciałbym bardzo krótko powitać wszystkich. To jest kolejny etap współpracy ambasady z biblioteką oraz z Fundacją imienia Puławskiego i bardzo się cieszymy tego. Chciałbym podkreślić tylko parę rzeczy. Po pierwsze, obchodzimy w przyszłym roku 90. rocznicę stosunków dyplomatycznych Stanów Zjednoczonych i Polski. To będzie bardzo ważny rok dla nas. Zorganizujemy różne wydarzenia, tak jak ten w przyszłym roku i miejmy nadzieję, że będziecie mieli okazję, żeby uczestniczyć dalej. I druga wiadomość to jest raczej zaproszenia. Widać, że Państwo są zainteresowani Stanami Zjednoczonymi, prawdopodobnie nie tylko z powodu wyborów, więc my ze strony ambasady zachęcamy Państwa do studiowania w Stanach i żeby się uczyć więcej na jakiś temat związany ze Stanami, w czym Państwo się interesują. I to tyle powiem w tej chwili. Myślę, że powinniśmy już zacząć, więc chciałbym oddać głos Pani Madze, żeby zacząć. Dziękuję bardzo.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to also refer to the nice introduction that I'm happy on behalf of the Kazimierz Puławski Foundation that we can cooperate together with the Public Library and the US Embassy. That's our initiative, not the first one, and I hope there will be still more. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big pleasure to me, an honor as well, to have Mr. Dr. Will Swift as a guest today at this conference titled Kennedy's Legacy in the US Presidential Election of 2008, What Makes a President Great? The meeting is organized, as we said before, with the cooperation in the cooperation with the US Embassy and the Kazimierz Puławski Foundation, especially within the program Institute of Leadership, which focuses on leaders, its merits, its characteristics. I would like to introduce shortly Dr. Will Swift. As we already know, he is interested in the Kennedy's family, and he came here to promote his book about the Kennedys. However, he's especially interested in the relations between the Kennedys and the royal British family, which last over 125 years, and he wrote two books, very significant books. The first one, which I already just mentioned, actually that's the last one, the last book, but also he's the author of the Roosevelt and the Royals book, published in 2004, which is the story of the ruling dynasties, the Roosevelts and the British royal family, and the interactions which were during 125 years. Dr. Swift is also interested, as I mentioned before, in the Kennedy's family. He was inspired with the presidential inaugural address in 1961, the presidential inaugural address, of course, of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and this interest became a life interests as well. Also, Dr. Swift is a very devoted man to the historical activities. He's a founder of the Royalty Bookshop in Manhattan and journal Scepter, which is Scepter, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, wrong pronunciation. And he also created many major exhibitions which were related to the British relations, British-American relations. One of the significant the most significant was the Queen Mother's 100th birthday, which was organized in the year 2000. Today's meeting is divided into two parts. The first one is the presentation of the book, the Kennedy's Gathering Storm, 100 years, 1000 days in London, 1938-1940. And the second part will be divided. The second part will be concentrated on the question and answer section. The book seems to be very, very interesting, especially that it has a very nice review, which was made by Kirkus Reviews, a very significant magazine which actually gives the review on the books on the unusual merit, and the book has already been assigned a star, which is a kind of significance for this publication. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome warmly Mr. Swift to today's conference.
Can you hear me okay? Yes? Can you hear me in the back? No? No, they can't hear me in the translator. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. First of all, I want to say that we in America know that the whole world is watching us right now. We're keenly aware. And it is a delight to give this lecture this particular week, which is such an extraordinary week in American and world history. We had on Friday night, as you know, the first debate between John McCain and Barack Obama. Was watched by more Americans than any other debate in history. We have the extraordinary economic crisis, which has had a tentative resolution as of last night, but will be voted on today in the House of Representatives and also in the Senate. Extraordinary intervention by the government. I've not seen that kind of intervention in 70 or 80 years. And then we have the absolutely fascinating debate on Thursday night between Sarah Palin and Joe Biden. And everyone is greatly looking forward to that as well. And I know that CNN, if you get CNN, they replay the debates here. I'll just say a few words about myself. As she mentioned, I was 12 years old in January 1961, ripe for idealism, and there was a blizzard in Massachusetts. And I was absolutely delighted there was a blizzard on Inauguration Day, because it meant that I got to stay home from school and watch the inauguration. And I have an indelible memory of Robert Frost trying to read a poem as the sun glinted and he couldn't read the poem. So I've had very powerful memories of that day, stirring my idealism as a young person interested in history and politics. And I grew up in Massachusetts, so it was all the more interesting. I've written these two books, and each book follows from the next. I'm now working on a book on the Johnsons' presidency, which grows out of this book. So this gives me some opportunity to think about the presidency in general. So I want to make a few comments about Obama and Kennedy.